Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back to the instructional video today. Our learning target says I can order integers from least to greatest. So we're going to put these numbers, integers just means number. We're going to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So in order to do that, we're going to compare the record low temperature for a town in Maine is negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit for January and negative 19 degrees Fahrenheit for February. Order these numbers from least to greatest and explain how you arrived at that answer. Well, we see that January is negative 20 and February is negative 19. Draw a number line model. We've been practicing that in class, drawing a number line model. Since negative 20 is the farthest away from zero, and negative 19 is above negative 20 on this vertical number line, we see that negative 20 degrees is less than negative 19. I hope that's making sense. Now, if you thought about it, the opposite of 20 is negative 20. The opposite of 19 is negative 19. So we're used to 19 being less than 20, but when you're talking about the opposite of 19, the opposite of 20, the opposite must also be true. That negative 19 is now greater than 20. So here's some guided notes. I want you to read these on your own. Henry, Janet, and Clark are playing a card game. As I'm going to read them to you now, but I also want you to go back and read it again. And the scores at the end of the game were -7 for Henry, so we plot that point. Janet got 0, and Clark got -5. So if you're putting those orders from least to greatest, you're going to go all the way to the left. That's the lowest. Then you're going to work your way to the right, and that's the greatest. Janet won the game, and Henry came in last place. Notice it has explain. Sorry, my nose is itching. Somebody's coming to my house. That's what that means, according to my granny. Anyway, I know this because, remember, IKTB means I know this because I ordered the numbers on a number line. -7 is the farthest to the left, which means -7 is the smallest of the three numbers. So Henry came in last. Next on the number line is -5, which was Clark. And then finally, Janet won because of those numbers. Janet had the highest score. So if you come down here to the next one, in the table, list each of the set of rational numbers from least to greatest. Then in the appropriate column, state which one is the farthest to the right on the number line, which one is the farthest to the left, and that will help you put those in order. So it's good if you can go, which one's the farthest, which one's the farthest to the left, which one's the farthest to the right, and then that puts them in order from least to greatest. I'm going to go over two of these with you just to help you understand. Now, if you're looking at -2 is here, -3 is to the left. So which one's the farthest to the left? -3. Which one's the farthest to the right? -2. So to put them in order from least to greatest, we go -3 is the furthest to the left. -2 is the furthest to the right. Same thing happens down here. Which one's the farthest to the right out of -9 or 10? So 10 positive is all the way to the right. So 10 is going to be the farthest to the right. Which one's going to be the furthest to the left? -9. So to put those in order, -9 is the smallest, 10 is the largest, because if you work from left to right, -10 is the furthest to the left, +10 is the furthest to the right. So you can finish that column there, finish the rest of those on your own just by thinking about how to put it in using this number line up here if you need to. And then we have another practice problem up here, ordering rational numbers practice. For each problem, order the rational numbers from least to greatest by reading the problem, then drawing a number line, and then answer the question. So the number line's already been drawn for you. All you have to do are drag and drop. So Henry, Janet, and Clark are playing another round of the card game. So there's a good example of that up here. And if you have access to a printer on this guided notes, go back to that one. Print it out if you can. If you go File, down to Print, And then you could just make it on for just print slide 4, print slides 3 and 4. And those are good notes for you to follow. So that question's already on there. There's another one similar, and I'm going to model this one for you. Here in Cynthiana, the average temperature in January is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to take and put 40 degrees, bloop, 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 and I just moved it down there. The average temperature in February is 45 degrees. Now I'm going to zoom in just so I can see exactly where I'm going. And I'm going to make that really large. And while I can, I'm going to drag down this guy just so I can grab him real good. Okay. And we're going to put this one on at 45. Now, 45 is going to be kind of tough to stick in there. What are you doing? There you are. All right. Then in Kentucky, the coldest temperature was negative 40. So rather than dragging back up there, I'm just going to Control C, Control V. And I'm going to put the coldest recorded temperature for Montana was negative 50. So there we go. It's on the line. And then the coldest recorded temperature for Kentucky was negative 40 degrees. And I think we looked those up, and that is pretty accurate. I think we rounded a little bit, but I think that's pretty accurate. Now, order them from least to greatest. So now we have our 4 data points, and we go from left to right. So negative 50 is the furthest to the left. Then negative 40, we're moving to the right. Positive 40, then positive 45. Positive 45 is the warmest temperature listed. Does that make sense? I sure hope so. Then you have your final kind of question. It says put those integers in order from least to greatest. So what you're going to do is you're going to double click to type your answer here. You're just going to take that out. And you're going to be thinking about this number line. Use those number line models up in the earlier assignments as an example, and put them in order from least to greatest. So remember, the least is the furthest one to the left. So that would be negative 19. And then you work your way all the way up to the highest, which is positive 12. So hopefully that helps you on that one. So you would do negative 19. I'm just going to do this one for you because I don't think your number line models actually go out that far, and you can look at the other ones. Oh, I'm sorry. 0, 3, 4, and 12. So negative 19 is the smallest, then negative 8, then 0, then 3, 4, and 12. And I tell you, a good practice is to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, and then come down here and make sure you also have 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I did was I counted to see how many numbers were listed here, and then come down here and make sure I have 6 numbers listed there also. I hope you have a blessed day. Remember, your I can statement says that you can order numbers from least to greatest. So hopefully you can do that. Reach out to me if you have any questions. All you have to do is leave a comment or on your out here on the classwork page, just leave me a comment and I'll be glad to get back to you and help you out. Hey, Miss Brannick, I don't understand. Send me an email, whatever. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow.